Alright guys, how's it going again? Today we're working on an International. This is the one I put the chipper truck box on, y'all seen in the past. International 4800 4-wheel drive. But like I said, this is the one I put the chip box on. Y'all can see that there. As you can see here, we got us a little bit of a problem. Axles are missing, but that ain't the biggest problem. I don't know if y'all can see it that much, but we had to pull the whole center section out of this truck. Boy was driving down the road. Next thing you know, here's something go pop. And come to find out, one of the nuts that hold the ring gear on, one of those nuts came off. And when it come off, it got into the pinion gear and it just absolutely destroyed it. So I went ahead and pulled that out. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to show y'all that there. I was trying to hurry up to figure out exactly what it was. The boy that was driving, he thought it was something with the transmission. And so I was driving the crane truck. I had to go all the way home, get my truck at the shop, get my service truck, and then come all the way back up here. It took me a little over an hour to get, because I was almost home. It took me a little bit over an hour to get there and get all the way back to him. He was broke down on the side of the road. And I mean, I guess it was a good thing, he did stop. I mean, most people, they would just keep driving it, but the boy did stop, and he called me and told me. So like I said, I come up there and to check it out. And whenever I came to, I got up there to him, we checked the train. I drove around the parking lot there, and I said, the best thing to do, I mean, it's still moving, it just drive it onto the house. The shop wasn't, well, the shop, probably where their shop is wasn't 4 miles, and it wasn't on no main road. So I said, well, just drive it to see what it's going to do. So he took and drove it on home. Then we got here, I checked all the fluids in it, and everything looked good. And I was like, well, I didn't check the rear axle. First of all, I didn't check the rear axle. I checked the transfer case, checked the front axle, and checked the transmission. I said, well, let me drive around and see what I can hear. So I drove down the road there, and when I got on through there, I got stood at the door there, and I could listen to coming from the rear end. So I pulled back in the driveway. When I got it back in the driveway, I said, let me pop these axles out. So I popped axles out, and when I popped axles out, they were both good. And once I had pulled the axles out, I got in the truck and started the truck up, and kicked it in gear, and then I could hear the pinion. You could hear the pinion just rattling in there where it was bad. So I was like, yeah. So definitely the rear end's definitely our culprit. So I'm gonna get my mats laid down here, get this dry shaft over here moved out of the way, and see if we can't get this all cleaned up. Okay. We got a lot of cleaning to do on this one. Just luckily, whenever it took and it came apart in there, it really didn't get very much metal in the system. But we are going to have to take and clean the everything out inside here. Definitely got to get all that cleaned out, because there's just like a couple chunks down in the bottom from where the spider gear, not the spider gear, but the ring gear, it took and chipped. That's basically what all it really did, just chipped a tooth off the ring gear. I mean off the pinion gear. Pinion gear is exactly what it did there. Get this sitting up here like this. So we got to clean that out. Got to clean the tubes out. You can see, if you probably can't see it over here, but at one time something hit that pretty good. This right here is dented in pretty good. Like, it's almost like somebody backed into something right there. I don't know. I'm gonna look at my truck, because my truck's exactly the same. No, they're both made like that. I don't know. I mean, that one right there looks like it did it more than mine, but it may not be the case. It may just look that way. But yeah, we're going to take and gotta get all these tubes cleaned out here and see if we can't come up with all that and get all that metal cleaned out of there. I know there's a bunch of metal in there, that's for sure. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up now. Before I start spraying this out of here and cleaning all that there out, I like to go ahead and just get up. I like to go ahead and get all the oil and stuff like that all cleaned off and moved around, ground out. Stuff like that there. said, I'm glad they sent it with the plastic on it so I could just roll it right up underneath there and ain't gonna be getting no dirt on them gears. This is a Weller reman. It's a model number RA14GDCR. ratio is a 478 gears. Side gears are 39. Inputs are 32. Passed everything on the dyno like it's supposed to be. They sent me from Nashville. So, yeah, once I get it, like I said, this ring gear on here, on the inside here, you've got nuts. And them nuts in a washer is what holds that ring gear on there. And that's exactly what got in the gear there and messed it all up. So, I've got the nut in the trucker to prove it. So, let's get the camera in here and we'll go ahead and set this thing on in there. It's actually gonna roll around pretty damn good to where it needs to be at anyways. It's gotta go in there just like that, so that's exactly how it's gotta go in there. We'll get the tape and stuff. And like I said, I don't know if I told you before, but this had a it had a Weller Weller, my bad, I keep saying Wheeler. It's a Weller. It regular had Weller reman in there before, and it was the same one that was in here, and it was from 2018. And the only reason I went back with them, you're probably thinking, well, hell, if that one there only lasted 5 years, it must not be that great. And I think they only put it right around, I think it had right around 10,000 miles on that center section there. And so, you know, you're probably thinking, why the hell would you go back with them, you know, if that one only lasts 10,000 miles? And the only reason that I did is because we've had good luck with Weller before on some other stuff that I've used, transmissions and different things there. But the one thing that I think the reason that this messed up is because, like I said, the factory one came apart and they did not clean it good enough and didn't get all the stuff out of there, and that's what probably messed that up. But that's my guess. That's what I'm going to go with, and I could be totally wrong. But there's no way that nut got in there with just something falling apart somewhere else. Because on the other ring and pinion gear, everything was in there. There was nothing was missing. Everything in there was perfect. So I'm not going to say that it was Wheeler's fault. I'm going to say that it's the person that put it in there didn't clean it good enough. That's what I'm going to say. So let me get the plastic here off, and I need to get some silicone so I can silicone this thing up and get all the bolts. Fucking head I just smashed. Hopefully, and like I said, hopefully, I've done it before. I'm gonna try to stand this up on its end and just flop it right up in there, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Hopefully today's one of those days it works for me. Because like I said, this image is heavy. Just keep working my way on in here. Damn, that hurt. Let it rest on there. Should have it. As long as it sits on that gear, right there on the back of the gear, you should be able to just push it right up in there. Once you get it set up in there, you should be alright. Just get it to work its way up in there. It'll go up in there. Like that right there. Push it on up in there. Got like that there. Basically what we gotta do. I'm gonna go, let me go grab a lineup tool off the truck. Sorry about that, guys. Another guy pulled up here wanting to, he was asking about some work. I did some work for, that was a guy, I've done a bunch of work for him, so. He was just telling me that today they had some shit break down on them, so when we get done doing this here in a little bit, we gotta go fix that there, so. But yeah, you can, like I said, you can manhandle it on in there, and ain't nothing too terribly major. It's already lined up. The only thing is sometimes you gotta have a jack down here on the bottom because the pressure of it. Pressure of how it sits up in there. Let me grab that jack. And so y'all can't even really get, y'all can't see nothing from that side. Maybe y'all can see from this side here. You're better off to get the bottom in. The bottom in first, but it didn't work out that way. Should be able to do this. Hopefully we can get it to push itself on in there. A lot of it is just because of the way it goes in there. You can't just start running your bolts down because you can
bust the fucking housing, and we don't want to do that. So that's why I was telling you sometimes you should be able to just push it up in there. Usually it'll just where it's got some pressure on it there. Everything's good and started here, so let me grab my, tighten this back up here. Let me grab my, yeah, all these are good here, so let me grab my impact there and we'll go and tighten these on up. Alright guys, I took a little finessing, but I finally got her in there. Usually these damn things will fall right in there pretty easy, but not today, not this one. This one damn near fought me the whole time. Get you out of there, you don't belong in there. Fucking damn silicone's gonna be dried up by the time I get it in there. It's like, man, he just kept fighting me and fighting me and fighting me the whole damn time. There we go, and good water coming out now. Gotta get these damn bolts back in there, but man, like I said, that thing just, the way that lip sits in there, they set in there so damn tight. But you gotta just make sure that you get them all in there right. There she is. Get all this stuff picked up here now, and I can get the yoke on there. I'll probably wind up doing this is I'll probably because it's going to spin on me, I'll probably just go ahead and get everything set up for the axles. I'll get the axles all slid in there, and then I'll worry about putting that on there then. That'll make it to where I can kind of maneuver it back and forth wherever I need to do. As far as the yoke goes, all that can be spun, so it don't really matter. My damn, I hope it don't leak. And like I said, that shit there, that'd be a pain if I had to pull it back out of there. Man, that thing's a pain in the ass. So, alright then, well, let's get everything picked up here and we'll, I guess we'll start putting these axles in here. I don't know who put the silicone on these here, but boy, damn, he was silicone happy. I knew it was going to do that again. I done dropped it so many damn times. Gosh, damn, this thing ain't cooperating with me today. There, shit. We'll clean all the silicone here off. Grab that damn scraper I got. See if I can't scrape some of this shit here off. Yeah, some materials are actually pretty nice. I just bought these damn things. Because I said, you know, I need them things for scraping off. Scraping them Stripping that caulking stuff on. Boy, I tell you what. Cementary's actually doing pretty damn good. Cut right through that damn silicone there. That one. Let me clean this other one. Y'all hear a bunch of noise in the background, that's my son. He's riding the hell out of that damn golf cart. He's been playing the damn radio and everything else as I've been sitting here trying to work. And wearing the damn radio out, that boy has. Golf cart and all. Got that one all cleaned out. Cleaned up. Oh, some damn starting fluid on there. This. I can get this one down in there far enough. There we go. I just try to get it, like I said, right around that lip there. Around them bolt heads right there. As long as you get them there, you do pretty good. You ain't got to worry about it leaking. Just like this right here. As long as you get right there where that groove is, right there where it seals up at, you'll be just fine. there, get it around that one there. Get it around this one here. Basically about like that there, that's really all you gotta do. There's the lid. And I'm quite sure that it probably does not make a difference, but on each axle, I put D, it's for driver side, and like I said, I'm sure. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but I do it anyways. Just know, just come out the driver's side and do it on the passenger side. There. Got that one done. I'll grab this other one. Grab this side here. It's basically the same thing. Just all you gotta do there. I liked how this side here, all the studs stayed and the nut came out. I do like that. I get them stuck in there. I get all my lug nuts. Well, try not to drop them in the hole like I do. And I put them in there real tight with the impact, and then I'll go back around and I'll torque every one of them down to make sure they're good to go. And I ain't got to worry about it. We'll torque them all back down before it's all said and done. But for like I said, for now, I just wanted to make sure I got them. Make sure I got all in there done. I'm just letting that silicone on the thing there match up pretty good to that. I wish that damn thing had a filler neck in the top. Or I got this pour right down in there, put my funnel down there, pour it in, but that ain't the case. But I got that pumper there. It takes it a minute, but it should be just fine. Like I said, we got to put the bottom drain plug back in anyways, and get that squared away. But hopefully we can get the yoke on there too. I almost forgot about the yoke. I got to get the yoke put on there. So I need to get that in there. Hopefully my big inch impact, hopefully that some material it'll take it up and tighten it up in there decent enough. And I'm gonna put some anti-seize on there just to be on the safe side in case I gotta pull it again. It'll pop right off there. So let's get the anti-seize and get the yoke down there and the nut, and we'll get the thing tightened up. Make sure you got a little bit of grease on this, just so it slides up on there pretty good. You just want to make sure you don't have no up and down play in it. That's really basically all you need to really worry about. Should be good to go. Sorry guys if you can't see.
Hey Dad, look what I did.
Put these straps back on here real quick. Now all I do on these is I just put me a little dab of anti-seize on there, because you never know. Just something to kind of go a little extra on the And more than likely what I'm going to do is after I'm going to run this for about 50 miles and pull it apart and check to see how everything's doing. Because like I said, I know there is some metal. I know there's some metal that's in there. I shouldn't say I shouldn't know there's some metal. I just know there's still going to be a little bit of stuff, nasty stuff floating around in there. And I just want to make sure that I get it all cleaned out and ready to go. Okay, here we go on that. We'll check it. We'll double check it to make sure. Like I said, it's good and tight. But after we run it for a while, get the grease all in the bearings, we'll get the oil in the bearings, and all that. We'll come back and we'll just keep checking to make sure there ain't no movement. Because if you get any movement in this bearing, where like this nut backs off, then you'll eat the front bearing right out of there. So we want to make sure we get that good and snug. And while I'm in here, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and grease this too, because that fitting looks like it needs to be greased. So, yep, let me get all my tools here picked up, and we'll start pumping some oil in this thing. Don't forget to put your drain plug back in the bottom. That wouldn't be a good day. A good reminder is whenever you as soon as you get it all put back together, the best thing to do is you can fill it here or you can fill it up there where the other tube is, but I'm going to fill it right here, and that just makes it a whole lot easier when I'm filling it up. And this here is tight, buddy, for it. You got hit back in the back piece right there. So, all right, guys. Well, I took her down the road and brought it back here and lifted up the bed just so I could check everything back out again. Everything looks good. Everything's good to go. I still got a little bit of oil inside the wheel there. I got to clean the rest of that out. But other than that area, like I said, everything's good to go. Always like to write the date down on my stuff, just so I know when the last time it was changed. Just so I know the last time it was changed. Almost forgot something here real quick I gotta do. But when you're running it, what I like to do first is before I just back out of here and take her fucking flying down the road, it's always a good idea. It's always a good idea to, like, I'll have to back it up about 20 feet, pull it forward about 20 feet, do the same thing back and forth a couple times, and let some of that oil get built up in them bearings real good before you take it down the road and get it hot. So you ain't worry about getting a bearing too damn hot. I forgot to put this little damn piece back on here. It's a good thing I seen that. perfect. So, went ahead and get that done. Like I said, you can see here on there, I write down the date, I put it in there, and I write down the mileage, I put it on there, and this has my initials. And then, like I said, this is what they wrote down. And if you ever have one with a Weller reman tag on there, if you give them that serial number there, they can tell you when it was purchased, and tell you the purchase date on it, and tell you what gear ratio it is. If this right here is gone, you can do it like that there, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. So that'll help you out. That should help you out pretty good on that. So yeah, we're going to call this a done deal. Like I said, once you run it, you might want to take and once you run it down the road, you know, come back and let it sit for a little bit, and then recheck all your fuel, all your oil levels, just because you know, you're gonna have oil go to that side and oil's gonna go to that hub over there, and just recheck it, just, you know. And what I like to do is I like to check it out really good before I take and you know, once they take it on out there, you know, let them run it probably about 50 to 100 mile. And you know, my dad and them, that's what I do. I just tell them run 50 to 100 miles, and they'll bring it back to me, and then I'll just check it just to make sure. But if you get one, like I said, and it had, you know, like a damage in there, it had all that metal like it did in there, it's always best to check it. I know some people, they don't clean them, they don't check them, they just fill them full of gear oil, and fucking that's it. That's the end of that one there. But I don't like doing it like that. I like doing a good job. So that's what I did. So like I said, we got that all squared away. While I was trying to get everything else done, I went on ahead and we got this little BC 1000 back here. It's been a long time since I had changed the oil in. Like I said, you can still see my tools are laying on the ground, oil buckets there. But yeah, I just went on ahead and I went ahead and changed the oil in this one here as well. This has got the little 3.3 Cummins in this one here. Been a real good motor, real fuel efficient. But yeah, like I said, oil filters here, the fuel filters up there, and your drain plug is right down there. So we went ahead and got that done as well. So another productive day. So I appreciate y'all watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and try to share my videos and get the word out there. Maybe I can help somebody. Thanks again.